So, in response to my video where I addressed Donald Trump saying he would have gas at $2 on a national average if he becomes president again, Jago here says, "Can you explain how we will lose refineries?" Because in that video, I stated that if that does in fact happen, we will lose more refineries, we will lose oil production, and that'll cause gas prices to turn around and skyrocket, just like they did in 2022. Keep in mind, the reason the national average for gasoline right now is 307 instead of 270 is because we've lost refineries. You see right here where gas was 272 in 2018? Uh, in 2018, oil was pretty much what it is right now. Yeah, until Trump crashed the market at the very end of the year. But for most of the year, 2018 looked exactly like 2023. But look at the average price of gas. That's because we had more refineries, more supply. So the loss of refineries is still impacting our gas prices even today. A lot of people are saying, hey, I'm happy with gas prices. It would be 30, 40 cents a gallon cheaper right now had we not lost those refineries, those 12 refineries between 2016 and 2020. The current crack spread for gasoline right now is about 15 cents. What that means is when you go to the gas station right now and buy a gallon of gas, the refiner, the company that made that gasoline, is making 15 cents a gallon. And that is with a national average at 307. If you average fuel taxes across the entire country, the low states, the high states, the average state and federal taxes together across the entire country is 57 cents a gallon. So if the national average for gas is $2, that means that gas is retailing for $1.43 a gallon. And that $1.43 is supposed to absorb the cost of drilling, the cost of transporting to the refinery, the cost of refining, the cost of transporting to the gas station, and then the profit margin that the gas station makes. All of that has to come out of that $1.43. In order to achieve that today, you would need oil to average about $30 a barrel. At that price of oil and that price of gas, every single business in that supply chain is losing money except for the retailer who's going to make a few cents a gallon. In that scenario, the refiners are the first to go because they make the least amount of money. Refiners don't have the assets that oil producers have. They just don't have the assets. And they don't have the balance sheets. So right now, with oil at $70, $71 and gas being 307, if we lose a few more refineries, that $71 oil then produces 350 gas instead of 307 gas, and that cycle just continues and continues and continues. When you combine that with production losses from $30 oil, you will eventually get that spike back up to that $120 oil. Except the next time oil goes to 120, it won't be $5 a gallon on a national average because we will have lost more refineries. The next time oil goes to 120, it could easily be somewhere between $5.50 and $6 a gallon on a national average, depending on how many refineries we lose. The idea that people think and expect that they should pay the same price for something that they paid for it 30 years ago is completely asinine. And this is why you don't use politics to make policy about energy. Is it just me or the people who say there's no such thing as a free lunch literally want like free gas? Trying to manipulate a free market is antithetical to everything the Republican Party believes in. It is not some guess or some estimation that if Donald Trump somehow does get gas back down to $2 a gallon on a national average, it is not some guess that gas will then hit $6 a gallon. That's not a guess. That is a certainty. We already have enough investment dollars leaving the industry. If he does that, forget about it. And if you live somewhere where you're paying $3.50 to $4 a gallon for gas, keep in mind that the refinery that makes that gas is making 15 cents. And you are paying the state you live in 2, 3, 4 times as much for that gallon of gas as you are the company that made it. Thanks.